main character discovers Korean men look average by Edvasian, I think is how you would say it. Yeah, I mentioned this before. This was the chick that went to Korea, to South Korea, and realized not every man looks like a K-pop star. This guy, I used to watch him back in the day. Let's just get into it.
Morning, welcome back. This channel is run by a sleep-deprived gamer who just started his League of Legends honeymoon phase. After about a month of dabbling, I have a burning question for all you League players. Why do I feel so much worse playing the game compared to watching Arcane?
Because I guess playing the game makes you realize you're a basement-dwelling loser. Sorry to all the League people, but that's just how it is. Except Fate.
Kaylin and Vi? They don't even kiss. They're just beating the crap out of each other. Speaking of video games where you get to live out your main character power fantasies, you'll often see NPCs wandering around town, non-playable characters who only exist for the sole purpose of making player 1's experience more enjoyable. For example, your parents. They clean, cook, and even bathe you. The originators of NPC behavior. Just kidding. Mom, Dad, if you're watching, respect.
But it's true. Considering, yes, parents are the enablers of main character syndrome. I've especially realized this with firstborns, lastborns, and only children. They are the categories that have main character, that most likely will have main character syndrome. That's just how it is.
Can you come over later and peel an apple for me? I don't know how to do it.
Eat it with the skin
I
on
do
it.
not like it with the skin, D. I'm not allowed to eat it with the skin. I'm not allowed.
What started as a term for
That reminds me of the people that eat a pizza, but they only eat the inner part. People that don't like the stuff around toast. Yeah. Or people that are incapable of peeling an orange. That would be me. Or people that don't like the skin of the apple. Just like right now.
expendable innkeepers and sims you drop into pools with no exit ladder because you want to see what happens, is now used to describe the collective mass of randoms you see when you step outside your house into public spaces. As the hero of your social media content, everyone.
What? Is this just edited in, or is that actually a streamer just sitting in a bathtub? If you can call it that. Small pool.
Everyone around you is an audience member with no thoughts or opinions. Just gray, all the same, emotionless sheep who don't even sell useful NPC things like health potions or drinks that help you focus. Like gamer subs, use my code Edvasian for 10% off. But this ain't no video game. You can't zap yourself out of a sticky situation. Open up. Yeah, can I help you? Sir, this is the police. We have a warrant for your arrest, tax evasion, fraud, and a stolen vehicle. We need to see some ID.
I don't see the issue with tax evasion. Why is there a pool in the subway? I have no idea. I would like to know too.
Oh, sure. Look, I get it, officer. It's probably a big misunderstanding. Actually, I keep my ID right here in my bathrobe. Lightning bolt! Sir, we have lightning-proof vests on. That is not going.
What? Lightning-proof vest. Lightning-proof vest. Okay, interesting. Imagine she's unclothed and trained. Let's hope not that was the case. No, but let's hope that's not the case.
To work. A rock-based spell would have been more effective. Unfortunately for the nerds, this is real life. You can't be treating people like you would a video game NPC. Hey, no attacking shopkeepers with long swords or trapping your sims in.
What's so wrong about attacking shopkeepers with a longsword? Hey, I play games where you can delete NPCs and only delete the NPCs. I run fade with every NPC I come across. There's a child on the subway. Yes, that's true. But these people don't care. Dude, you have people like, you have like these one OnlyFans chicks, right? The one that's like, did it like with 100 dudes, and the other one who did it with 1,000 dudes, running around with man pickle juice on their faces that children could see. That is probably the least worst thing ever. Just finding a naked a woman naked in a pool. Oh, but you don't imagine that because you don't know her. I didn't imagine it, thankfully. I don't want to.
Rooms made out of faulty stoves. So the next best thing is to film strangers without asking for permission. Turn their embarrassing private moments into content for your socials. Get millions of views, make bank, and retire at the age of 35. How's that for a means to an end? That's bad. That's like really bad. Now pair that with people's general lack of travel etiquette and how beauty standards.
I think, the problem is now that everybody films everything of their life. A lot of people do that. Well, not everything, but a lot of people do that. And, turn everything into content and then upload things even without their consent. We also live in a time where people get called out for filming, but they have not been filming anybody, and it's just people being schizophrenic about being filmed when they weren't being filmed at all. Or remember a lot of people that, like, it is a lot of women, unfortunately, who say, yo, this guy was watching me in the gym, bro was not watching her, and she's just being the Lulu. Stuff like that. Not that that doesn't happen. That you're being stared at. But at the end of the day, if you're in the gym, you're gonna be stared at. Doesn't matter what you are. What is wrong with me attacking a shopkeeper with a long sword? These days, such woke snowflakes. Can't even kill people anymore for real. NPCs? Or actual people?
Standards have messed up our perceptions of what the average person looks like. We've created situations containing all of the above combined. The human experience, man. There was a certain point in time when the prank content economy was thriving. We went from silly, harmless, is your refrigerator running prank calls, to spending 24 hours setting up elaborate traps targeting innocent civilians and posting their embarrassing moments onto YouTube. What gets more views than a funny video of someone falling into a 10 feet deep hole?
True. I remember the peak time. Funnily enough, the people that did the shitty pranks, back in, well, like 2015, around that time. For example, here in Germany, they are now the good guys, and the good guys are currently now the bad guys because a lot of shit came out about those. It's funny how things change, but yeah, the good old times of fake pranks. Yeah, we know they're fake. We can tell.
With spikes at the bottom. Pranks were unnecessarily dark back in the day. At least, I think what I watched was a prank and not an attempt on someone's life. Eventually, a lot of these channels started admitting, yeah, most of these stunts, they were fake. We staged like all of them. That random person they happened to come across on a Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m., a paid actor, a friend, or just someone they knew, explains why the victim's audio was always so clear, they were already mic'd up, and why these channels weren't constantly getting sued for attempted maiming of strangers.
So what's your...
What did you just throw at him? I didn't even realize that.
Maiming of strangers.
Bro just got egged.
So what's your favorite platform to video stream on?
It's the consent part that's really hard to get. People aren't too keen on letting pranksters make money after humiliating them. So the solution, I say questionably, was to have a resurgence of prank content on the short form side of the internet, where instead of wasting time writing up scenarios, hiring fake actors, editing hours worth of footage, these 30-second TikTok pranks seem to include actual strangers, with not a consent form in sight.
What the...
You guys okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good. We heard that too.
Okay.
That was really loud.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys to leave, okay?
For?
Because I think that it's you guys doing
So
this
you're
to me.
assuming?
Yeah.
Why are you guys assuming it would be me screaming?
I'm just gonna ask you to leave, okay?
Exactly what I said. Can I get an apology, please?
I apologize. I do.
So just assuming things. That's how you run things over at Hobby Lobby?
If we feel it's necessary, yes.
Okay, well that's pathetic. I hope you...
Huh? Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of shitty. Regardless, because you're interrupting pretty much a business. I want the fake pranks.
You know that. That's absolutely pathetic, Matt. And I wish you would do better. You should do better. It's ridiculous. I'm disappointed in you, Matt. I'm really disappointed in you.
We asked you in this.
Okay, I get it now. Why people over the ages of 50 working in retail are so cranky. They have to deal with people trying to return half-eaten containers of grapes and getting cameras shoved into their faces. Linda, my old coworker, I'm so sorry for thinking you...
At this point, I would just make it so that, in general, filming in stores should not be a thing. Like, just straight up prohibited. You're running the business, just say fuck it. So nobody can do that anymore, and if they do, just kick them out.
You are evil and bitter. While it is legal to film anyone in a public setting, posting their face online without their permission, a little less so. Short-form pranks share some similarities with fast fashion. You can churn out like 10 of these a day. And if someone in the video asks you to take it down, after millions watched you get yelled at in a Michaels, 3 more will pop up to take its place. Would have made me feel better if they showed themselves explaining it was just a prank, but I have a feeling they didn't even have the courtesy to do that. And these people went home sad, and are now radicalized against the youths. It's probably why people are so comfortable filming strangers nowadays. There's not a lot of repercussions after embarrassing someone online, cause everyone's an NPC in your main character world. In terms of views, this type of content does really well. See that old person eating alone? Look, so lonely. It's really bumming me out. I'm gonna go over and sit with him to cheer him up. Any attention from a young person like myself always makes their kind really happy. Like, when do you think was
Like, why are you filming the old man? Just leave the old man. Just leave the old man, alone. Just leave him alone. There's literally no point in filming him. I wish you could just straight up immediately sue these people. Just straight up.
the last time they spoke to someone who wasn't a fossil?
You know I can hear you, right?
If you think obnoxious content creators in their own country is bad, wait until you see the tourists that go to Asia with the goal of making everything they see part of the supporting cast to their main character storyline. I made a more in-depth video talking about this topic before, about influencers taking advantage of the politeness culture in Asian countries, with the mindset of, I can do whatever I want in a few
Cough, 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 cough. Johnny Somali.
weeks, I'll never have to see these strangers ever again, causing more of a disconnect from people. And even more of, yes, fresh new NPCs in a different flavor, for my amusement.
See me, my son? Okay. Sorry. Hug. Hug.
The motherfuckers just throw snow at him.
Sorry. Go on my side.
What's wrong with you?
Wait, what?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I just threw a snowball.
Yeah, why? Why?
Do you want me to?
Face, why in the face of a staff member? Here?
Do you want me to throw a snowball at you?
No, because
Look at him, his lip is bleeding.
yes, his lip is bleeding because of you.
Because
turn
of-
it off. Turn it off.
Does no one want to go back to countries they visited before? No one's immune from getting banned. There's a case involving a tourist who traveled South Korea with the goal of bagging
Oh, that's her. That's her. Also, I swear, if I was the other guy, I'd just do the Koreans and kick this other guy, this filming guy's ass at this point. Cause man, these nuisance fuckers are annoying. They pop up everywhere. They're like truly like rats at this point. Get the plague control. I don't know.
yourself a Korean boyfriend. Okay, no problems there. You like what you like. We've all seen Gong Yu in Squid Games. But because the average Korean guy tends to look normal, and not like a porcelain-skinned K-pop idol, shredded bodybuilder, or singles Inferno contestant. The tourist felt scammed when the face economy she was promised was not up to her standards. By promised, I mean what she made up in her head, presumably after watching Korean media where all the guys look like 9s and 10s. Me? With the bold glamour filter, a 6 at best. In
Looks maxing. Don't visit another country if you're just gonna be a dick. True and real. True and real. If you break the camera, there will be no footage. And if you break the guy's neck, there will be no guy.
retaliation, she felt the need to start filming strangers walking around while ragging on their looks.
What's going on here?
What the fuck? With the sad Titanic music in the background. What the fuck? Is she just going around saying, yeah, all the dudes here are ugly as shit? That is, second of all, very, what's the word? Shit, I lost the word. It's very disgusting. I don't know. Shallow. Shallow. It's shallow. That's what the word I was looking for. Because really that's all you care about. Yeah, and then you wonder why you end up in an abusive relationship. Let's go.
We've been catfished. It's very disturbing. I wish to leave immediately.
The number of likes on this
She really did like a brother. Brother. What's that, brother? What's that? What the fuck? 200k likes. 230k likes. I wonder if the 51 replies to this TikTok are sane people or not.
concerns me. Along with the shares, hopefully it's because of how insane this take was. We'd be disappointed all the time traveling to other countries if we expected everyone living there to have piercing sky blue eyes with fair Margot Robbie, Ryan
Bald Gojo is real. I alone am the bald one. Bald Gojo is real.
with fair Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling facial features. And that, my friends, is eugenics. They'd be like, I see you're wearing ripped pants. Keep those jeans away from me. Once you finally step outside your brain rot echo chamber, you'll see that real life is a lot more different. Generally frowned upon going up to strangers, calling them ugly straight to their face while taking a picture to show everyone around you. You'd look like a crazy person. Hey, get a load of this uggo. Yeah, you gonna go back to your ugly house, lay down in your ugly bed and cry fugly tears? Oh my god. What is wrong with him? Doing that? That's not nice. So rude. You better stop. Not that. Cool, man. Do they need help? Should I call the police? He doesn't look like those famous idols, right? He's faking it.
But why use Animal Crossing characters for this? If nothing else, lady, just buy skincare stuff and enjoy the food. Gooning isn't everything. I guess so. I don't know. It's just like, this is the social media brain rot. There's multiple forms of brain rot. For kids, it's like TikTok, YouTube Shorts and shit, and like bad animations. And for adults, it's beauty or celebrities. For me, it's Pokemon.
Guys, pay attention to me. Was she actually surprised when the Korean men around her didn't live up to her idol fantasies? Or did she only film normal looking guys so she could make a cheeky TikTok for views? They don't look like the ones I saw in the magazines. Hey, if you're gonna talk stats about people's looks while generalizing everybody, at least give them a fair shot. 5 Korean dudes out of 25 million isn't a great sample size. Also, if you're looking for chads with 7-day mewing streaks. A random street corner isn't gonna be where you find them.
I don't know, just go on to r/Sigma or something. I don't know, on Reddit. You'll probably find some. Back in the day, brain rot was actually funny. We had Crazy Frog, the stupid gummy bear. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You'll find them partying it up in Itaewon or in a Jackson Wang fanfiction. Since we've gotten so comfortable filming strangers without asking, there's a high chance she doesn't know about South Korean privacy laws, which are way more strict. If you post a stranger's face online without their permission, and it's clear enough that someone can tell who they are, you might get a fine, or worse.
It is illegal to film someone without their consent, even in public. I understand a lot of countries, it's okay to film people as long as it's a public space. But in Korea, it's illegal and you can't do that.
I wonder, is that one of the charges that Somali also got? I just wonder. If not, maybe we could... Maybe you could get it?
Which means if you make even a vlogging video, you have to blur out everyone's face that you might catch by walking around, people just walking by you. You have to blur everyone out. And if someone by any chance felt violated or defamed in any way, you can get up to 5 years in prison.
Because of social media, the attractiveness level of what we think the average person should look like has increased. Sure, a 5 would have been acceptable 15 years ago, but now we're thinking 7.5 is the new average. Anything below that is
7.5 out of 10, too much water. Was it 7.8? I don't know, something like that for a Pokemon game. Yeah. The attractiveness level has certainly, the standards for attractiveness have certainly increased. With, all the filters and shit. Makes sense. In addition to that,
open season for people to make fun of you. If we take out the calling random guys ugly part, in this person's defense, if all she was exposed to was media, where everyone has been passed through beautifying filters with a touch of unclockable plastic surgery on the side, I guess I could see how she felt bamboozled. I don't think we even know what the standard human face is supposed to look like anymore. 'Cause of technology. Photoshop, Facetune, Meitu, only posting selfies after reshaping all our facial features through Douyin, we
I have to show my face, then you know what the average shouldn't look like.
got Facebook users thinking AI-generated ladies with legs for butts are real people, and bendy, soupy walls are just part of the laws of physics now? Hey, if we're rewriting scientific matter, can we get rid of space and that
What is that face? What happened to her face? What happened to her face? What happened here? Is that the filter? I hope it's the filter. Good God.
asteroid that's about to hit us? East Asia is known for having some of the strictest beauty standards in the world, without a lot of wiggle room for features that deviate from the blueprint, whether it's in person or online. Showing your best side to others is ingrained into the culture. People work really hard to fit into these standards to make life easier for themselves, through skincare, exercise, facelifts, jaw shavings, rhinoplasties, double eyelid surgery, adding a beauty filter.
Though I've not seen that many Asian men go through the the leg lengthening surgery. I haven't seen those. I haven't seen those for Asian men that much. Much more for Western men. So, or breaking your jaw to get a to get a better jawline. Those also exist. She's trying to look like you. No, this is gonna ruin her life. That filter's insane. Sure, yeah. At that point, we aren't the same race.
here and there, all very common. The popular Korean dating show, Singles Inferno, has a reputation for having contestants who are unbelievably beautiful, while not the most thrilling show on Netflix, with the bulk of the episodes being longing eye contact, hand-holding, and bland dialogue, on top of another walk on the beach.
What's wrong with hand-holding? What's wrong with hand-holding? Hand-holding is nice. Though I wouldn't want to watch others hand-holding. like I think surgery is idiotic. One kick to the shin, your bones are fucked. Pretty much. Some never walk properly again. They still do it. Because the standard was pushed up. Where like, your height is not enough if you are at a certain height. And it's also, wouldn't it kind of put off the entire body proportions? I guess if it was like a small change, barely noticeable, but if it was a big change, hand-holding before marriage is unacceptable. Okay, for the next one, which won't happen, I will not even hand-hold. Not even look at her. We'll just walk straight next to each other.
That's like their 10th one today. You can tell. These men and women invest a lot of time into their appearances, with how good they look. The most recent 4th season did have people scratching their heads when they noticed something strange going on. Is it just me? I feel like it's getting harder to tell contestants apart. Yeah, I know what you mean. They're all starting to blend together, like they all went out and bought the same nose. In previous seasons, there seemed to be more variation in terms of
the word combination of bought the same nose should not even exist. There was a Chinese thing on the Inferno that was funny. All the ladies were drop dead gorgeous, and the guys, well, they were interesting. They were trying to do the ugly bastard. Sounds like a show for me. I fit right in there. The ugly bastards are usually overweight. Are there thin ugly bastards?
Looks and aesthetics. The first season of the show came out 4 years ago, and things have changed. The societal pressure is always going to be growing. If it benefits you to look like everyone else, why not do it? But when we all try to fit into the same looks-maxing checklist society slapped onto our door, we're gonna have to start counting each other's eyelashes to tell each other apart. I don't know about you, but I'll have what those rotating doors are having. So carefree, with no worries, just spin. That way, I don't.
She looks like she can barely walk. Is that just me? She looks like she can barely walk. She's like really like a thin tree in the wind.
I don't have to see any more Koreaboo fantasies, where tourists expect all the Asian boys to fall in love with them. You know what? She didn't even ask. Those guys could have thought she was really pretty. Probably not anymore after she implied everyone was a homely looking catfish. Just remember, the majority of the time, there are consequences to your actions. If you post a hot take, better hope the internet agrees with you. Otherwise, it's an Uno reverse card on yourself. Well, time to go back to my NPC routine of make YouTube video, play League of Legends until I'm sad, rinse and repeat. And don't forget to keep up with the investigation.
That's pretty much the end of the video. That was interesting to see. It wasn't much about the woman though, which was rather disappointing, but still. Main character syndrome. It's getting more and more. Just you guys wait.